community. My name is Pam, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. As you guys can see probably from the thumbnail, I'm just going to be doing a houseplant tour. I'm just going to take you throughout my house, guys, and show you the plant varieties that I have in my collection. But before I get to that, I just want to give a very special thanks to you guys. By the time I've aired this video or recorded this video, I had a little bit over 50 subscribers. Now, I do know that it's not very big by any means in regards to the social media platform, but I do believe in celebrating and appreciating the small things. And without you guys, I wouldn't even been able to get this far. So I just want to give a huge thanks to all of you that subscribe. Thanks for all of you that's giving me a thumbs up or even a thumbs down. I appreciate all your comments and your words of encouragement. It means a lot to me, and I'm just very grateful. So without further ado, let's go. Let's take a look at this plant tour. So here we go. We're starting out in my kitchen, and over here I have my marble queen pothos. Now you guys, this plant, as you can see, has been trailing. I just have it sitting here. It's just getting some bright and direct light from this window across. I'm going to try to remember the name of these plants, you guys, but I may not always be as successful as I like. But let's go on over here. Lemon lime philodendron. That's starting to really trail. And I love this leaf right here. It gives me that that I can't even think of the name, but I think you guys know what I mean as far as the variegated version of the philodendron. Now down here is also, let me pull it out so you can see, is my macrophylla. I can't even think, but it's the Hoya variety, you guys. I'm sorry, forgot all about the name of this. This right here is my red Maranta that I up-potted not too long ago because the root system was very crazy, and I got it in this clear pot so I can keep an eye on it. Over here I have my raindrop peperomia. All the lower leaves have pretty much fell. So I was thinking about propagating, I'm not quite sure. Over here I have a jade cressula. Jade plant. It feels like it needs a little bit of water because the leaves are not as thick and succulent. Over here I have my red margin peperomia. It has grown up somewhat. When I first got it, it was compact, but look at that red edging. Very beautiful. I have my Pilea peperomioides, aka Chinese money tree. This is one of my baby ones, and it hasn't been doing so good, you guys. I've been losing a lot of the leaves, but I'm not quite sure. I have the mother plant in my sunroom though. Over here is my watermelon peperomia. As you can see, it's reaching for the light, you guys. And since I put it in this window, the stems have turned a beautiful red, and I love it very much. Up here, this is a variegated, I want to say lipstick plant. I'm not sure, just not too long ago got it. And I'm hoping that maybe it might need more light for the variegation to show. It didn't have very much variegation, but if you take a look right here, I don't even know if the camera will pick it up. It's like slight light variegation right there. Very beautiful nonetheless, and the leaves are nice and thick. Down here I have my pixie peperomia, and I like the way that it's looking in this pot, you guys. I had a full pot, it was dying, and I tried to save it. Now I have it just sticking in water, and it's been growing and shooting out these leaves. I think I might just leave it in water. Down here, this is my Ruby Cascade peperomia. This is the baby, you guys. I actually had a mother plant that died, and I was trying to do a rescue mission, and this is what I was able to keep, and luckily it is doing some new growth with these shoots right here. We'll see. This here, you guys, is, you know, in my houseplant tour, you guys, I'm showing you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this was my Arzine lime plant, but I just can't keep up with the care, you guys. As you can see, I've made an attempt to try to save it and do propagations that did not go through well for this plant. This plant needs a lot of care as far as the water. I changed the planting medium. No matter what I do, it just never seems to be happy. So when I had it, it was a beautiful plant. I don't know. If it goes, it just goes. I've done all I can. Now this one right here is my Peperomia Guinea. Look at the variegation, you guys. It's very beautiful. And I'm a sucker for that red. Y'all know I am. Over here, this is a actual relative of the Arzon lime. I guess I'm a sucker for punishment, you guys. I just got this plant not too long ago. I've been trying to moderate the water. And this is the, I'm trying to see if the camera will pick it up. But it's the Arzon Herbstii acuminata. And so far so good. I've been trying to maintain the water ring on this plant. But who can deny the beautiful red leaves that it's given? Very gorgeous. Now over here, you guys, I'm not very knowledgeable at all as far as my cacti, so I really don't know none of the botanical names for all three. I just thought it would be very cool to actually pot all three in this pot, and I'm glad I did. I just know that this is the old man cactus right here. But if you guys actually know the name for this one, I love it. It's got this blue hue, as well as this. This is more or less a traditional type of cactus. But if you guys know the name of these two, please share below so that we can all learn together. Down here, you guys, I have my beautiful coffee plant. I initially had it in this window sill, you guys, but as you can see, it's so long, I had to wind up giving it its own plant stand. And it's loving the lighting condition in here, and it's very communicative when it lets me know when it needs water. I love it so much. It's just gorgeous. We're going to come over here, and this is my Burmese aglaonema. You guys, I don't know. I had to put it in the water because it was declining very fast, and I pulled it out of the soil and realized it didn't even have a root system, you guys. So I kind of like just propped it here, and I have it sitting on my kitchen counter. This is pretty much the only plant that I do have in my kitchen counter. I had an idea, guys. You let me know what you think. I was thinking about getting some mounted lighting or some form of a light that I can actually plug in, and that way I could possibly put a little bit of a variety of plants here. Not a tall collection, but maybe something small where I can kind of like hide this outlet. So yeah, y'all let me know below if y'all think that's a good idea.
There is nothing to fear.
Okay guys, so I'm going to start off with this beautiful jade scindapsus. I have it growing up on this bamboo stick, and I really love the way the new leaves come in. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick up on that shimmeriness, but it is a very beautiful specimen, you guys. Start down here below. This is my aglaonema. I think it's pink Dalmatian. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know, guys, in the comments below. Up here I have my Tradescantia zebrina. It is getting kind of leggy, so it will hopefully start to trail. Let me pull this out for you guys. This is my Philodendron, my baby Philodendron Congo. I've had this plant for a year. It's been not giving me that much growth, but I still appreciate the foliage. Up here, you guys, this is my Fatsia japonica. And let me see if I can show you. I love how the new leaves come in. They come in like very super soft, like fuzzy. And then they'll eventually grow up and get a little bit bigger and open up. It's very cool. Over here I have my Philodendron Birkins. Still hanging in there with me. Had it for about a year. Still beautiful. Down below, and I'm not quite sure if you'll be able to see, that's my chocolate aglaonema, you guys. I love this plant very much. It has been very low key, but look at that foliage. Very beautiful. Over here, you guys, let me see some of the things. I do put the names of what the plant is. This is my Philodendron roseo cataphyllum. And I love this plant. Look at the leaf, you guys. Look at the size. It's about the size of my hand. And it's just been growing wild and funky, so I had to kind of like control it a little bit on this bamboo stake. Over here I have my money tree. This is one of my oldest ones. I've had it for almost 2 years now. It's been growing, but I've been losing some leaves, but it's maintaining its growth. I love it. Now let's start at the top. This is my spider plant, my mandarin orange, you guys, for obvious reasons. Look at that color. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely stunning. I love it. It loves bright indirect light, and it tends to love getting that light from my artificial Sansi light. Down here I have another, this is my Brazil Philodendron, which is very pretty. I just got it about maybe like 2 months ago. Over here I have another Aglaonemia, and from the way it's looking, I need to give it some water. So I'll give it some water when I finish filming. Down below here, this is a Syngonium, you guys, and it's been very carefree. I think it's a berry kind. I'm not 100% sure of the actual variety type, but I just love the color. Now down here, you guys, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. It's my sad, let's see if I can pull it. Sad looking Aglaonema red cyan. I don't know, you guys, this is my second attempt with trying to grow this particular variety of Aglaonema, and it does the same thing of what you're seeing every time. I'll eventually lose all the leaves. It gets really leggy and long, and then it'll eventually die off. So I'm not quite sure. I might just propagate this part just to save it and then do away with the rest. I'm not sure, but if this plant typically will die off, then I just kind of like cross my hands from that plant. Over here, I have my Philodendron Golden Goddess. It's like 3 plants in this thing, and it is growing wild. Ever since I've gotten it, it's grown. And look at this, another new growth point. Sooner or later, you guys will probably have to add another moss pole. I'm not sure. But before we get over here, I forgot to go right here on the wall. Up here, I have my Scindapsus Argyrius. As you can see, turn around for you guys. This was also a propagation from the mother plant that I lost a few months back, and I'm so glad I propagated it. But as you can see, it's really trailing long, and I love the colors. It's very beautiful. Over here, I have another neon Philodendron, you guys. I just love that neon color. It's just so beautiful, and it's trailing so nicely. We'll start with this plant. This is another Philodendron, and this is my Ernestii. I've been losing the leaves at the bottom, but I plan on doing some more propagations with this plant and putting it back in this pot to make the lower part a little bit fuller. But as you can see, this is a beautiful plant. I just love the structure of the leaves and just that the pattern, the dimples in the leaves itself. Very beautiful. Now over here, these are just more or less some propagations that's taking effect of my another Scindapsus Argyrius that I've put together in both of these pots. And eventually I probably will combine it and make it one pot. Back here, I'm not quite sure if you'll be able to see this. This is one of my anthuriums. Let me bring it out. This is an anthurium. This is my chocolate anthurium. It hasn't bloomed yet. I did have a couple of blooms, but it finally, just died off. So we'll just see what the growing season brings. I'm not too familiar with anthuriums. I'm kind of just getting my feet wet with them. But I love the actual structure of the leaves. Very beautiful. Over here is my Piper crocatum. Very beautiful plant. I'm so glad I have this plant. This plant is going up in price, you guys. I think people are becoming a little bit more aware of the beauty of this plant, because you see that pink color in with that beautiful green and then that beautiful red backing. Is absolutely stunning. And don't worry, you guys, like I said, with crocatums, this is not pest. This is just some kind of crystallization that they are commonly known to do on the back of the leaves. Up here I have my Philodendron Florida Green. I love the structure of the leaves. I wish I could get the Florida Ghost, but that plant is super pricey right now, so I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to get it. But I'll keep my fingers crossed, maybe one day. I have over here my Silver Bay Aglaonema. It's getting another new leaf. I love this plant, very easy care, easy going. I have over here my Philodendron Painted Lady. She's a lady. Look at that lady. I love her. She is beautiful, you guys. I love the pink stems and that speckling of the color. And she's just been growing real wild. I'm going to have to probably get a moss pole to actually support her a little bit better. Down below, beneath her, this is my Philodendron Mamey. She's been struggling a bit, you guys, but I've kind of, I did some propagations down here, and I kind of put it back, and it's giving me this new growth right here and here. And every once in a while, you guys, I don't know if y'all have mameys. Do y'all have any problems with the leaves actually unfurling, and then they'll actually rip as they unfurl? I'm not quite sure if that's a humidity thing, but right now, the humidity in this area is like 51%, so I'm not sure. Over here is another Syngonium. This is one of the plants, you guys, that my husband had gifted me back in December. It's very beautiful. I thought it was the Syngonium Go-Glow, but I don't think that it is. So if y'all know exactly which variety this is, give me a shout out below. Down here below, this is, let's see if I'm going to say the name. I hope I don't butcher it, but this is my Philodendron Green Gem, I think. It was a full plant, you guys, but I wasn't paying attention with the water regimen, and I was losing the leaves. But luckily, I think I finally figured it out, and now these 3 leaves have just been hanging in with me. Up here, you guys, I have this wild and crazy Burl Marks Philodendron. Very beautiful plant, very easy care. It will reward you with a whole lot of growth, as you can see. It can't be beat. Over here, I have, this is an Angulastatum, I believe. If I butchered the name, I'm so sorry. But this is a Philodendron variety. I have just one stem, but it's really taken off when it came to this point all the way up. And as you can see, these leaves are beautiful. And they're getting bigger now. So I'm wondering, I'm not sure yet, you guys, whether or not if I should just chop and proper. But I like the look. Sometimes I love just the one stem look. I don't know, I'll think about that. Down here, you guys, I have another money tree. When I got it, it was a little bit more fuller than what it is now. I kind of lost a lot of stems and leaves. I'm not quite sure. I know these plants love light. I may have to just give it a little bit more light. I don't know, but it's still a beautiful plant nonetheless. Down here, this is my Moonshine Sansevieria, and I keep it, it's maintaining its color because it is getting that bright indirect light from my artificial light and some light from this dampened light from this east facing window. Now over here, this is another Syngonium, you guys, which is, I think, another berry type of Syngonium, almost similar to the one I just showed you guys. But it's still very beautiful. I just love that slight pink that's in the actual leaf itself. Now, behind it, you guys, this is my Fentonia, my red as well as the white. I just took my small planters and put it into one pot. It's been thriving under here. It loves that damp light that it's been receiving. Now, this plant right here, this is my Silver Dragon Alocasia that I just recently got. As it starts to acclimate to my home, a couple of the leaves, the lower leaves, let me show you guys, is turning. And this is common when you get a new plant as it acclimates itself to your home. Now beside it, this is my red Maranta. I believe I did a if you haven't seen it, or I don't know if I'm did it before or after this video, you guys, it's going to be a video that you're going to see where I showed how I propagated this plant. But this is what I was able to save. Very beautiful. Now up here, you guys, this is just a jade pothos. As you can see, it is trailing. I love it, and I kind of have it cascading over to my other plant. I kind of just have it hooked here, and look how it just keeps going. If I was to let it go, you guys, this thing would actually be on the floor. Now this right here, this is my pothos pearl and jade. It's crazy. I just did a video not too long ago, you guys, about spotting the differences. Still, even after the video, I too sometimes get confused. But this has the speckling, so I want to say it's probably the pearls and jade. Or the pothos indra. Not 100% sure, guys. Okay, over here I have my Philodendron burrow marks. The leaves are very stunning and beautiful, and I'm not sure if I need to put this actually in my sunroom where it can get more sun. This is the new leaf, you guys. I had a new leaf before that kind of opened, but then it just fell off, and the leaf is kind of small, so I really don't know exactly what to do with this plant. I love it, but it hasn't grown for me at all. Down here, you guys, I have this, I think it's Calathea prayer plant variety. It's been doing very well for me. As you can see, it's unfurling a leaf right here, and I think it's trying to shoot out a leaf right here. As long as, from what I noticed about this plant, as long as you maintain that moisture, that's what it's all about with this plant. Now, speaking of moisture, you guys, you got to maintain the moisture with this beautiful Cardi Road Syngonium. Like I said, look at those backs, you guys. Look at those backs. I am a sucker for those red backs and that dark leaf. Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. Let's go up here. This is my my burrow marks prayer plant. It has that beautiful purple backing, and who can deny the pattern on those leaves? Very beautiful. Over here beside it is my domino peace lily, and I have a small Philodendron Macaulay finale, I want to say. I've had this plant for a year, and it's just starting to show me some signs of growth. It's slow growing, but I think once it starts really establishing itself, it can really take off. Plus also too, if I could give it more light, but I have it sitting on top of my baker's rack where it's not receiving that much of a bright indirect light. Let's come on over here to this big baby, you guys. This is my Anthurium Big Red Bird. If you've watched me for some time, you've seen me actually show this in a plant haul as well as my plant haul updates. Now, what's going on with this plant, you guys? It's not really putting out any new leaves for me. It's still kind of somewhat full, but I did notice that every once in a while the leaves will start turning this color right here. So I'm thinking about actually, but as you can see, it has a very healthy, strong root system, which is one of the things I love about anthuriums. But I'm thinking about actually taking it out of its soil and probably putting it in maybe like a water type of situation or sphagnum moss. I'm leaning towards more of a sphagnum moss. Now, before we get on the other side, you guys, bring your attention over here. Like I said, this channel is all about learning and us growing and just seeing the good, bad, and the ugly, and just our experiences as being a plant parent. And these are the plants that I have in my collection that just does not seem to want to thrive or do very well under my care. We'll start off with this baby right here. This is my Aglaonema frozen. It was doing well. I've had it for at least over 6 months, you guys, and it was doing well. It was growing, and then all of a sudden, the leaves started turning this color, and they've been slowly falling off. However, they've been still giving me new shoots. And I don't know if it's just me, you guys, but I've noticed that when I just have one stem for Aglaonema, they don't do very well under my care. Y'all let me know if y'all have that experience. But the ones that I have multiple stalks, I see it tends to do fine outside of the red cyan that I just showed you. Now this thing, you guys, this plant is a hot mess, you guys. You gotta admit, but I still love the beauty. This is the Calathea Sabrina, and it's not my watering. I think all this burnt edging is just from the lack of humidity in my house, and it couldn't handle the intensity in my sunroom as far as the sun, so I moved it back inside the house, but the leaves just tend to be crisping. Now it's also crisping up too, you guys, because this plant is not very forgiving. If you miss a water, it will show its booty. So it's just been giving me a challenge one after another. Now over here, this one, my Monstera siltibacana. I don't know what happened, you guys. I had a very full pot of this and it was doing well, but then it got hit last winter in my winter fiasco in my sunroom, and so that one died, and then I brought another one and it was thriving, but now all of a sudden, once again, these leaves just starts to get yellow and they're drying out. I don't know, I did propagations. I'm trying to bring this plant back, you guys, but you know, if this one does not be successful, I'm kind of just going to give up on that. Over here, this sad thing right here. I really wish I had a much fuller specimen of this plant, but this is a cast iron plant, you guys. It's the Milky Way variety for obvious reasons because of that speckling that you see on the leaves. And oh my gosh, if you saw an actual full pot of this plant is spectacular and very beautiful. But once again, I don't know what's going on with the leaves. It's just I allow the plant to dry out. Maybe it is my watering schedule. Maybe it doesn't need to be as dried out, but it's just been giving me these leaves right here. So I'm not sure if I need to say goodbye to this or try to save what I can, but I haven't really been putting a whole lot of energy into any of these plants because I just know that they're just determined to do what they're going to do. So my next one right here, having said that, I don't know, you guys. These, for some reason, I can't seem to grow the Philodendron rantianums in my house. They come in my home so beautiful and full, but then they wind up looking like this hot mess that y'all see before you, no matter what I do. And I even have it in this clear pot so I can keep an eye on the roots, but it doesn't seem to matter. I know these plants like to dry out. It may be more of a game. Maybe I have too much of an area mix in here. I'm not really sure, but I think once this one dies and declines, it's going to be quite some time before I invest in buying another one. Now, that was the sad part of this story. Let's move on to happier versions. I saw this at one of the big box stores, you guys, and since I only had that one plant I just showed you with the 3 stems, I wanted to get another one. I might eventually take the plant that I do have, the 3 stems, and just combine it into this plant to make it even more fuller. But look at the 2 new leaves that's about to unfurl. I really love it because I love the shape of the leaves and that divot that it gives. It gives a different structure. I love leaves that gives beautiful artwork. Now over here, this is my Philodendron micans. It's trailing. I did some propagations because as the trails continue to go down lower, because they're not getting as much light, the leaves do get small. So I might just actually cut this off again and have it even for some more growth, but I love the velvety leaves. And of course that back, that copper tone that it has. Very beautiful plant. Down here, over here, this is actually my Raven ZZ. Beautiful plant, but one thing I noticed as far as having it in your house, you guys, and just looking at it, this thing collects a lot of dust. I need to probably clean these leaves, but I love the beauty of the darkness of the leaves. Down below, I have a snake plant, not quite sure the variety of it. I think it looks very cute in this little terracotta pot that I have. It's just a slow grower because I'm not giving none of these plants that much light, but that's the beauty of some snake plants. They can pretty much thrive anywhere. Over here, you guys, this is my Scindapsus silvery Ann. And you know it's a silvery Ann, you guys, because when the tips like this, the majority of it is like gray down at the bottom, or silver. In this leaf. And this is another example of the leaf right here, where you see the silvery tips. That's how you know it's a silvery end. Behind it, I have another snake plant variety. You guys are not really knowledgeable as far as the varieties of my snake plants. I just know I love them when I see the color. Very beautiful lemon lime type of lemon color with the green. Over here, I have my, this is my, what is this? Golden Madonna Chinese evergreen. Oh my gosh, I had a brain fart big time, you guys. And this thing has just been hanging in there with me. It hasn't really given me any trouble. This leaf right here is starting to turn a little bit, but you know, sometimes that does happen when you have a plant for a while. The lower leaves will tend to fall off, especially with aglaonines. Now over here beside it, I have this Calathea friendship plant. It's been hanging in there with me. I got it in this this wicking grow type of thing, and I just kind of put the water in the bottom of the cash bowl and it soaks up the water, because this plant is a very thirsty plant is what I've noticed, and if it does not have water, it will dry up and the leaves will fall off. But I just love the 3D feature effect that the leaves have. Over here, you guys, is my global green pothos. As you can see, it's not as full as we see them in the big box stores. It was full when I first brought it and I put it in my sunroom, but I think it couldn't handle the intensity of the light, and the leaves was just falling off. So I decided to bring it in, and it's been hanging in. It's perked up a lot, and I plan on propagating it just to see if I can make it a fuller pot. This beautiful specimen that you see right here, you guys, this is a philodendron. Now let me see if I can get the name for you. Got it down here. It's the Philodendron sanctimartinis. And I love this plant. Look at the leaves. Now, the leaves are much bigger at the bottom than they are at the top. But since it's been growing up even more, I did notice that the leaves are trying to go back to some size. If the plant continues to grow, you guys, honestly, and it stayed this size, I'm really satisfied with that. I just love that arrowhead shape that philodendrons are known for giving. Very beautiful plant. Okay, guys, so here we are in my bedroom, and I want to say, if you made it this far, bless you and thank you so much. I'm going to try to hurry up and wrap it up because I know we're running into some time. So let's go over here, you guys. Right here I have another golden goddess philodendron. I just put it in here. It's growing up on this moss pole, and this is the new growth. Can't go wrong with philodendrons. Very beautiful. Up here I have a peperomia beetle. Really funky and whimsical looking. And right here is just a mixture of my heartleaf philodendron propagation along with my silver splash. And I have a little grow light, push light thing. It gives it more light throughout the day. Over here, you guys, I have just my regular peace lily. This is one of my OG plants I've had for over 3 years. It's been hanging with me, and I just love the fullness and the compactness of it. And it sits here on my desk, and it just thrives from this beautiful light that it's getting from the window. Down here below, you guys, these are 2 propagations for my Oxypopense philodendron. If you've been following me for a while, you've seen that baby grow, and I had to cut it, and so this is part of some of the propagations that I've had. Up here, you guys, is my Hoya, and I don't want to butcher the name. I'll probably just put the name on the screen for you guys, but this is one of my Hoya varieties. I just recently got this plant. It's beautiful. Look at that. Hoya is so known for their thickness of their leaves. But yeah, love it. Over here, you guys, I have another Philodendron micans that tends to really thrive here. It's getting that beautiful dampened light from this window. It's not too harsh, and it's still maintaining the beautiful shape of the leaves. They haven't gotten smaller so far, and I love it. Down here, this is another one of my plants, you guys, that I've been struggling with, and this is my Homo Lomina Selby. I don't know if it's the humidity. This plant loves a lot of water, So I know it's not that, but it may be just the humidity or just the lack of me forgetting about watering it. I know it's very dramatic when you don't water it. And right now this leaf right here, you guys, is stuck. And I was trying to unfurl it, but it's going to wind up ripping. But it will keep giving me growth. So it's like it's something that I'm doing, but it's something that I'm not being able to pick up on. I don't know. If you have this plant, you guys, you can share any care tips. I would appreciate it. Now down here, you guys, this is my domino peace lily. It's very beautiful. I need to give it some water. That's why it's drooping. Now over here, I have my platinum mist peace lily. It's just been rewarding me with new growth after another, and this is the first peace lily that I actually had that bloomed for me this season. And then behind it, you guys, let me see if I can pull it because it's kind of shadowy. This is my silver splash philodendron. For obvious reasons, it's very creamy and it's starting to cascade. I just have it getting some bright and direct light. It tends to love it. Up here, you guys, is my sterling silver Scindapsus. It's very full at the top so much, and it's been trailing long. I think I'm gonna propagate it though and put it back in the pot to promote some bushier growth at top. Over here beside it, you guys, is my beautiful Cebu blue pothos, and this thing has been trailing. Trail for days, you guys, trail for days. Now over here, this is the beautiful pothos. Enjoy. Very beautiful plant. Above it, I have my Hoya Chelsea. I just recently put it in this window. I want to see how much it likes the light. I love the dimples of the leaves and how succulent it looks. Very beautiful plant. Now the next one, you guys, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but this is my heart-shaped peperomia. It's just growing so wild, you guys, and the leaves are thick and the stems are thick as well. I think it likes it being in this light. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Right here, you guys, I have my Hoya pubicalyx. As you can see with the tendrils, it is just growing funky and wild. And I love it. I can't wait for the leaves to actually start forming on these things. Now behind me, you guys, oh, I don't know if you can be able to see, but this is my neon pothos. And if you've been watching my videos, you guys, I've just put a video out not too long ago about how to style with your plants. And what's cascading on over on this trellis is my OG heartleaf philodendron. Isn't it beautiful? I think I did a cool job with the way it's being displayed on the trellis. So that pretty much wraps it up, you guys. If you have any extra care tips on any of the plants that I showed you guys, share below. And as always, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, you know what to do. Subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I appreciate any support you guys can give me. Enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, much love. Bye.